Back in the day when you would be making a video game, the context and the narrative of what you were doing were very ancillary to the actual gameplay.
Storytelling for the past 30 years in gaming has gone from the simplest of, okay, I've got to jump over these things, climb these ladders and save the girl, to these expansive stories which give you backstory to the enemy, backstory to the heroes.
I missed my family. I'll kill every one of these bastards.
The storyline is going to make Gears 2 darker than the first game. If you follow the storyline, it's got some character arcs and things like that that you know, will really I think surprise people.
We wanted to intentionally be kind of like the bad older brother as far as having darker themes and having a bit more nasty, kind of violent, over-the-top moments.
Humans are no strangers to war. After all, we've been fighting for as long as we can remember.
The Pendulum Wars have been going for 79 years, and then there's been 15 years of the Locust Wars. So that's 94 years of combat. People have been born and died while at war. And I think it's really interesting. Like, how does that shape a society? How do you shape a society that deals with a constant war?
At the end of it all, it's ultimately about hope. It's about humanity banding together to deal with a force that nobody thought they could defeat.
Gears of War 2, it's the story of D-Day for humanity against the Locust Horde.
I took US history. It's totally like D-Day. Everyone's in. It's like this last-ditch effort, but it's not going to be a last-ditch effort. Like, it's going to be this epic battle. Probably 5 acts worth of battle.
When you have nothing left to defend, you have but one choice, which is to attack. And this is basically it, is that they've put all the pieces together, and all the pieces show that if they do nothing, if they just continue to defend and sort of claim what they already have, that they will lose it all.
We think that we're doing all well. We think that we're winning, you know. The locusts are down. We know how to kill them. No. Okay, so they're back. They're taking over the planet again.
There it is. The beginning of the end.
They're seemingly stronger because now whole cities are sinking into the ground and you don't know why.
So Delta Squad is 4 close friends. Marcus Fenix is our badass anti-hero. His best buddy, Dom Santiago. And then we've got Gus Cole, who's the over-the-top thrashball player turned soldier, and Damon Baird, who's our scientist.
Welcome to Delta.
These are the guys that you go drinking with, go to the strip club with, get drunk and throw up in each other's cars. These are your guys.
They're like the crew from Aliens times 10.
This kind of four-man wrecking crew crossing the planet and cracking heads and not even taking any names of any kind.
Running away won't help! I'll just shoot you in your asses!
The Locusts have killed all the wusses, right? So all that's left are these, you know, mega soldiers.
They all have a lot of respect for each other, but they all give each other a lot of crap. They're a great dysfunctional family.
It's a personal journey for each of these characters. They've lost their father, their wives, their kids, and sharing that with them as they go through this world and try to survive. I'd like to think that we're transcending a little bit beyond just a push the buttons and click kind of video game.
Nice work, Delta.
Cole, Baird, you take left. Dom, you come with me. Nice.
Marcus Fenix is kind of a classic anti-hero.
Reporting for duty, sir! Drop the sir kid. We're not that polite out here.
He's seen a lot of combat, he's killed a lot of humans and a lot of locusts, and he's kind of done with it all.
He makes the tough calls, he says what has to be said.
People think he's a dumb space marine, right? And yada, yada, yada. But if you look at his eyes, he's just got a little bit of intelligence back there that makes him dangerous.
Control, this is Delta. Enemy threat eliminated.
You want to love the guy, but you're scared he might stab you in the back at the same time.
Marcus never smiles. Even at his birthday party, Marcus, he never smiles.
I think he needs Dom to just help him open up a little bit.
Dominic Santiago is Marcus's best friend, and he's kind of the guy who says what the player's thinking.
Dom has those quick, you know, comebacks, and he's just a rugged dude. And when he snipes somebody's head, he goes, you know, what's up, bitches?
What's up, bitches?
In the days following the Locusts' attack, they lost their children, him and his wife Maria, and she went almost crazy with grief and went missing one day.
Aw, boo-hoo. Okay, it's hug. What do you want, like a tampon and a chocolate bar? Like, what do you want me to do? She's dead. And if she's not, she probably left you, I don't know.
At the opening of Gears 2, Dom has a lead on her, where she might be.
You ever seen this woman?
Something about her face does seem familiar.
He deserves love. He won't get it, but he deserves it. Maybe him and Baird could hug it out at some point.
Baird's kind of like the wuss of the group. He's different than Dom. Like, Dom's like this emotional wuss, but But Baird is kind of like the, ooh, blood, I don't want to eat that.
Baird is the smartass, who's the tech savvy one.
He's not the guy who's cocky and doesn't pull his weight. He does his job.
Yeah, baby! Is that gotta be?
Man, Coltrane, that's the funniest dude on the game.
He's that perfect kind of, comic relief in the middle of the fight.
It's a Coltrane, baby.
Woo!
Right?
In the flesh, baby. Coltrane is like this hyperactive, just mountain of a man. He's just a wild child.
He's a former athlete. He doesn't put up with trash either. He wants to just bum rush everybody. He's not afraid of anything.
Nobody plays this game like me.
He's a Coltrane, baby. Yeah!
He's a combo between a professional wrestler and a football, like the most famous football player of his time.
Everybody loves Cole because Cole's a badass. When I play online, I'm Coltrane. That's who I am.
And I love him so much that the Cole rap that comes on when you finish Gears is my ringtone on my phone.
Woo! Bring it on, sucker!
This my kind of Yeah! Woo! Bring it on, sucker! This my kind of So embarrassing. Yeah.
The Locusts have returned, and they're stronger than ever, and they've brought with them a force that can sink entire cities without warning.
I mean, the Locust Horde is unbeatable. There's so many of them. They're so much tougher than humans. It takes 3 guys focusing on 1 drone.
They're intelligent savages. They take cover, they don't want to die, and they know how to use weapons, they know how to use armor, they know how to use tactics.
Monsters are one thing, okay? But monsters with guns, that's a whole nother thing.
Damn, this is what the inner hollow looks like.
I mean, the Locust is this group that lives in a series of caves underground, right?
Where they grew and, proliferated, had parties and built buildings, and then they came out, right?
Anytime you feel that rumbling in the game and you're like, crap! Crap, where are they coming?
What are you gonna do? Huh? What are you gonna do? I'm coming. I'm over here. I'm over there. See? You don't know what to do. You're confused. You're scared. You're intimidated, right? It's beautiful.
It's a mixture of unbridled rage and brutality. They're the monster side of monsters.
From the human perspective, you just want to get rid of these guys.
I think they should be chainsawed in half and then have their guts thrown across a square of some kind, or perhaps into a dry fountain, or down some stairs at an old mansion.